I totally just messed up. I recorded something that was important to me. And didn't realize that there was like a sound filter that made it totally inaudible. So I'm gonna re-record just the important part, and I have a little bit of magical thinking from narcissistic abuse, so I just like leftover that's like coming up right now. That's like, oh my, it's like almost like jinxing energy, but way more serious. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's not like regular jinxing, it's like dark jinxing. But yeah, I'm gonna go for it anyway. Because it's cold in here. Yeah, I wanna know if it's worth it to try and liberate my siblings from the scapegoat system. There's three opinions on it. There's the survivor community, there's the light workers, and then there's the light workers, survivors, and like the justice community, the social justice community, movement work. And all three of those communities have different opinions. Damn, I really wish that the sound recorded. It's okay. Damn it. I have to learn my lesson. The reason Should I just call my cousin right now and try to talk to her? I kind of don't want to disclose to anyone because, in case I take my sister to court, like, if the authorities try and if like cops or judges or anything need to like try and get information from anyone else, like I don't want to taint the process, I guess, even though I fucking deserve support. I'm trying to think of where I should go or what I should do. If I just talk to my cousin and ask her what she thinks, but I'm also like, are you gonna be biased? Cause I don't know that, like you said, there's something up with my siblings, but I don't know if you're projecting, like, because I'm pretty sure your brother was the one that raped me with my sister. So I kind of want to just ask a light worker because, like, they can see. So, yeah, the movement work community talks about intergenerational trauma, and there's intergenerational trauma and repeating cycles, and then there's abuse. Like, my mom wasn't abusing me when she repeated this cycles of what the United States did in Vietnam. What Vietnam did in the United States. What Vietnam did. Whoa. I don't think that was a Freudian slip. I think that was just I still have like I'm a little bit in a bubble. Like, it doesn't feel safe to be here, to claim Americanness or whatever. Like, anyway. So what she technically did was she would kind of like be like, I'm gonna open a bank account for you, implying that it would build wealth for me for the future. And then one day she said something that revealed that she had closed it a while ago. She said, if you work here, I'll pay you. She opened like an ice cream shop, a gelato shop, if you must know. And she said, if you work here, I'll pay you. And then she paid me probably like maybe the first month, and then never again. I worked there for like 3 years, something like that. There was a lot of stuff she did like that, but she didn't enjoy, like, she wasn't doing it because she derived pleasure from my pain. Like, she didn't, like, so that's intergenerational trauma. Like, I can choose to not do that to, like, my children, if I have children, or like anyone younger than me, or anyone I have any type of like privilege over, or I guess power. Yeah, power isn't always bad. It's like if like I'm capable of getting a job, whereas like a 13-year-old isn't and shouldn't be anyway, necessarily, you know. But then in my family there's also abuse. My sister groomed me and raped me and tortured me. Yeah, the grooming is torture. Yeah, so like movement workers, movement people, thinkers, like, I don't think they're talking about breaking the cycle of like not repeating abuse. I think if you're loaded up with enough negative energy, you can be like super fucking harmful, but you're not gonna enjoy abusing if you have a conscience, you know? If you do something like fucked up, like if you take out your pain, like, for example, I'm really not proud to admit this, but I have like kind of like shaken my cat before. And I felt bad after, and I never did it again. But yeah, like, that's the only reason I know that there are people who can harm that aren't abusers, you know. And what my mom did, like, definitely harmed me, like, stunted my growth, like, confused me, but she didn't enjoy it. It was the only thing she knew how to do. So what I'm saying is, like, I can choose to not repeat that cycle. That's cycle breaking that I understand and believe in. But people don't just turn into abusers. There are types. People who enjoy other people's pain and don't have a conscience, who sadistically derive pleasure from abusing people and torturing people. Like, you don't just turn into one. There's types. Again, you can do harm. But yeah, so I listened to a video of a light worker was talking about a certain collective of divine feminines, and it sounded like they were talking about a specific person and a collective at the same, and or a collective. So I think they were saying saying that I just had like a weird physical, like spiritual experience. Yeah, sorry, back to what I was saying. The video talked about how there's a specific divine feminine who is doing like just existing is kind of like leading ancestral healing. And that kind of resonated with me because I feel like even though I was the scapegoat, and that's horrible, and anyone who's a scapegoat deserves literally, like, if they don't ever want to see anyone in that system again, the abuser definitely, and even the enablers who cause like almost just as much pain, if not worse, because you actually like love those people and like you love the abuser, but it's more of like a survival type of love, like a neurochemical love. But yeah. Even despite all that, it's very fatiguing, this whole process. Everything I'm going through is so much fatigue. But I have to resist the urge to give in. Doesn't mean I can't rest. I just mean I have to resist the urge to give in to like apathy, which maybe it's okay to go through moments of apathy. You're fucking human, you know? This is like impossible. I think I have a telepathic connection to my brother, not two-way, just one way right now. I'm getting a download of information. I'm like, Creator wouldn't give me information, downloads, if I wasn't meant to like fix my family, you know? Creator wouldn't tell me the truth if I wasn't meant to like reestablish like love in the family. I wasn't supposed to keep going, you know? It was supposed to be have kids until you have someone who's actually worth it. A boy, a male. Our lives were disposable. So the survivor community says, and psychologists who speak on and research scapegoating, systemic scapegoating abuse, systematic scapegoating abuse, talk about, like, don't try to change people, like, it's not worth it, they're not going to change, like, that system is so invested, like, blah blah. But then, like, light workers are like, that impacted me, I guess, or like, it impacted me. And it might not even have been talking about me, and I might not be in that divine feminine collective. I might not be. But it was like, I was like, I have been doing that. And here's the complicated part. If I had financial independence, like, I could just leave and never look back, like, leave, then I wouldn't have had to have been in contact with my siblings. I'm only in contact with them because, I am in contact with them currently because I have no choice. And not to say that I would, like, if I had the choice, would I be in contact with them? That's a question I can't answer yet. I can't answer that question yet. I don't know if I'm going down the wrong path here. I get the feeling my brother's kind of a misogynist. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic. Yeah, I have been doing that. So, like, I get downloads of the truth. Okay, so those are the three opinions, you know? Light workers, survivor community, and movement workers. So I want to work with a light worker to ask to get some answers to the question of, am I meant to reestablish love in my family, or is stopping the intergenerational trauma just saving myself? And once I'm financially free, what decisions will I make to, like, free my siblings of the illusion? Did I make the decisions to kind of stay stuck in a way, or not take housing because I was on this mission? Am I being disillusioned, and is that okay to let go? Fuck. Yeah, if I had financial freedom, I would have a lot more space to think about this. And I'm emotionally drained right now. I don't know if I'm gonna regret. I don't know. This is a little bit more emotional than I wanted to be. My first recording was way more clear. I guess I'm just like extra processing, and I've had a long day. I've been parked in this spot for like maybe 4 days now, and I've gone outside one time for like 5 minutes in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's been a long road. I'm just having a hard time. I'm having a hard time sleeping because of my PTSD. It always comes up as I begin to relax. One, because I was raped in my sleep, like in the middle of the night, right before dawn. So there was like the confusion about like it can happen anytime, like if it was decidedly right at night, I might only have triggers around bedtime and not triggers in the morning, but I have triggers around sleep relaxation, which is so fucked up. It's something that abusers do. They target your rest state so that they can weaken you and control you and continue to abuse you because they love it. And also because the narcissist I was with, trapped by, strangled me, they raped me, and they attacked my nervous system for 6 years. So relaxing is itself a trigger, which is crazy, I'll work on that because I deserve to. I'm gonna work on that now that I see that. Can't do nothing, all your basics are taken from you. I'm kind of mad at my therapist because they seem to be in a little bit of a white bubble and a little bit of a like they were like, yeah, basic needs, whatever, but like I told you I need disability, like I don't know. I might get a new therapist. I'm kind of annoyed. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna publish this and try, I don't know. Good night. Bye.